Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the weekend. We've got a prince among men joining us today. Somebody we've not seen in well over a year at this point. The amazing, dare say I, not immortal, but still with us, Howard Chaykin. Hey, Howard, how are you doing? Sorry, I make this up as I go. You know, I can't. I'm not a good off the cuff kind of guy, but I
Well,
try.
I am. I'll take over for you. It's okay.
Okay,
I'll cover your action.
thank you.
They call me the Archbishop of Fun and the Pope of Extempore. I'm pretty good with that.
You have earned those titles. I mean, we were talking. I
Well,
mentioned it earlier. Anybody that follows you on Facebook knows that you don't hold back.
I've always felt that people who say things like "Now tell me what you really think," um, besides being fucking morons, are mistaken in their assumption that that's ever been clever. It's never been clever.
Hmm.
Having an opinion, a well-informed opinion, is not a right, but a privilege, and you got to work on it. And we live in a culture of underinformed and over-opinionated dipshits. So fuck them.
Well, have you always had that philosophy? Do you think? I mean, is that something
Oh
you've
look, I'm in
learned?
color now. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. I thought
Oh
I
my
thought this. I was
God.
watching a movie out of the '40s for a little bit there.
I
That's
was. I was out of the past. That was me doing my Robert Mitchum as Jane Greer impression. Um, to a certain extent, yes. I mean, certainly once I discovered drugs, when I started getting high, it opened the floodgates. Before that point, I'd been, really anonymous. I looked like a thumbprint with glasses. Once I started smoking pot and getting high, I was like, no stopping this motherfucker. And of course, when I got sober and stopped using any drugs of any kind, it stayed. That aspect of my character remained.
Wow.
And it's okay. It's all right.
All right. I feel like I lost my edge when I stopped doing drugs after art school.
Oh, I didn't stop doing drugs. I was doing drugs way after high school.
Okay, well, I cut things off early.
I
I had a
wish. I know.
I had a suit and tie job for a few years. I had to be
What?
straight laced. They drug tested me, so yeah,
Oh, 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 not me. No,
not anymore. The
no.
self-employed kind of thing is a little different, but yeah.
I'm anybody who interacted with me till I was in my till like I was 41 or so, more than likely saw me fucked up.
Well, it didn't diminish your output during that period at all. I
Oh,
mean, getting started in
uh,
your early
well, one
20s
thing has
and
nothing to do with the other. I mean, I started out life lazy, but I stopped being lazy at a certain point, probably in my late 20s, early 30s. And I developed a work ethic that is admirable and enviable. But in the long run, I'm just right now. I'm marking time until the dirt nap. You know,
well, uh, I don't
what
like to
other
think of it.
what other options are there, really? I mean,
No, not a lot. I mean, uh, yeah, I don't know. That's a somber way to kind of get this show started today. We're only in the first 4 minutes, and
okay. Remember my name,
there we
fame.
go.
I'm gonna live forever. Nah, fuck that shit.
We needed a song to get us going here, but
I
uh,
just like it. I'm back. I'm back to being a noir figure now. There you go.
all right, all right.
Let's try to no, this way. No, no, this way. This is good.
Yeah, I
A
kind of
little
like
grim, a little song, a little dance, a little
it's
seltzer
not.
in my.
It's more. This is definitely something that we didn't put a lot of production time into this one to have
Nah, look, you're in my
this
office.
grayscale
This is my
approach.
studio. I'm in my studio. Behind me, you can see my drawing table, which is utterly filthy. The bulletin board above it with all the information required. I'm a full-on potty mouth. What are you, 11? Potty? Potty? Get out of here,
I think
please.
number one Marvel fan probably had a bar of soap in his mouth a few times.
You should only
We've met.
hope. Look,
And there's Jason
Jason
D'Ambrosio. He's the only
D'Ambrosio.
guy watching the
His
show on
name
Facebook right now.
sounds like the formula of love. D'Ambrosio.
Exactly. Yeah, I won't go there, but there's so many things we could talk about. Yeah, I always before I do an interview, I always go back and just kind of reread some stuff about a creator their
Right.
thoughts throughout time. And one of the
Speed it up, Bill. Speed it
I
up. Bill.
don't
Make this.
remember I don't remember
Let's go.
reading this one before, where you talked about the ability to make comics being, it's more of a craft than a skill, and
Yeah.
I thought
And I
I'd
didn't
like
say
you to
more than I didn't
elaborate
say
on
more
that,
than
because I would
no,
think
that's
most
not what I
creators would.
said. No, that's not. No,
Okay.
no. What I said was it's not an art; it's a craft. I said it's, and in my case, it is based on a skill set because I don't have any particular talent, but I have learned skills, which have enabled me to translate my mental imagery into three-dimensional imagery on a page.
Okay.
But comics isn't a craft, not an art, which pissed a lot of people off because they want to believe it's art because it would justify their own obsessions. And I don't think there's anything diminished. Nothing diminishes its value by calling it a craft by any means. People who introduce themselves as artists are frequently self-deluding. It's best for other people to identify them as such. I get up in the morning and I solve problems graphically. That's my job.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you didn't consider yourself a great artist when you were getting started in the business, right? I mean, with under Gil.
I consider myself a great artist now. I consider myself a good comic book man.
Yeah.
I have contempt for much of the work that's done in the comic book business because mostly I regard myself as a journeyman, and my work should represent a middling watermark as opposed to being so much better than so much of what there is out there. Believe me, people accuse me of being self-deprecatory when I talk about my work in the 70s. No, the work was shit. I got good.
Mm-hmm.
It required effort to get there. My dog just farted as a punctuation. That remark I just made. My dog has a great sense of editorial input.
Yeah, that's their way of agreeing with you.
Exactly. No, not necessarily acknowledging my existence. Is it 4:00 yet? No, it's not 4:00.
Well, I follow you on Substack, and you always have very insightful. I wouldn't call them diatribes, but just words of wisdom that you throw out to the universe for us to digest and take with it what we will.
They are screeds. They are angry screeds, occasionally verging on the rant, and occasionally diverging into diatribe. But yeah,
Well, here, I'm going to put the link in here because I want everybody else to, at least if they haven't subscribed or at least read a few of your Substack posts before, they definitely should. So I put the link in the chat. So
and as I said more than once, it is free and will remain so because I have absolutely no desire whatsoever to monetize my opinion. Rather, I want people to be amused, bemused, shocked, educated, pissed off, whatever, but not have to pay for that experience. Anyone who feels the need to send me money for my Substacks, send the money to the Hero Initiative instead. For another one of those schmucks that thought their careers were going to last forever.
Mm-hmm. You're still on the committee with Hero, right? Do you?
Yeah, I've been on the board forever. I'm the skeptical member of the board. Oh yeah, sure. Let's no. Let's think about this for a moment.
Well, it's I know you've been doing that for a long time, like 13, 14, maybe even 15 years. I feel like
close to decades now.
God. Well, it's admirable work. At least somebody's got to do it, and I think you've been around long enough and know probably most of the challenges that some of these creators have had. So I mean,
well, there's also a certain sense of occasionally having to hold my nose and keep my opinions to myself when someone who treated me with contempt in my 20s and 30s, in my 20s, say, comes begging for money. That can be a difficult process and experience. But I put my feelings aside. I'll be at Terrificon this year, which is unusual because I'm usually there in even-numbered years. I'll be at Terrificon this year on behalf of the Hero Initiative. So come down if you're in Connecticut.
That's one show I've always wanted to go to.
Great show.
Mitch was at our show in January, so he seemed to have a very good time. And yeah, but Terrificon looks great.
And Frank Peep's Pizza would fuck you up. It's so good.
You're making me feel like I have to go. I need to book my flight tomorrow.
It's really good. And the show is always has at least one day of cruel laughs at the expense of others, which is really worthwhile. Really.
Is that now? Are the others other guests
I
on the
won't
show,
tell you.
or are they?
I'll tell you in private. I have
Okay.
anecdotes.
Yeah, that's all right. It's not.
They're really
That's
they're
fine
really
with me.
horrible. Doing shitty things to people is just one of those things that for some reason the Terrificon brings out in me. You know?
Oh man. Well, since we haven't talked in over a year, I did. I wanted to kind of get
Has
a
it
feel
really
for
been
what
that
you've
long?
been
Jesus.
doing. It has. The last show we did was in November, I think, of 2023, right? Yeah,
Jesus
or
Christ. So a
20.
year and a
Yeah,
half.
that's
Sake.
yeah,
Wow.
that's how long it's been. We didn't
I
see
missed it,
each
though.
other at all in 2024.
No. You've been too
So,
busy in Florida.
yeah, life has gotten a little bit more, challenging at times, but fun, but definitely fun. Yeah, I did see we saw each other at Heroes, though. That's true. I
What?
forgot. We saw each other at Heroes.
Right.
But what do you?
Great.
So what have you been doing? You had that Kickstarter project that you were a big part of. Did that occupy most of 2024 for you?
It ate my day.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now we've got the complete camera ready material delivered on the Black Kiss Omnibus, which will be out in June. And I'm working on a script for another project, and I'm waiting for a script on a thing that I'm going to collaborate with a colleague of mine on. And I managed to blow the opportunity to do a job for this new EC stuff at Oni by not being nice.
Oh,
It's
I read
okay.
that. But I didn't realize that's what the project was, but that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I wasn't nice.
Well, you were being you, right? I mean,
Well, my feeling is mediocrity is obviously preferable to stress. So okay, be my guest. Publish shit.
well, well, you would have been interesting on anything.
I think so too. I
Uh,
think so.
I can't even.
Oh well.
Now that you've said it, it's like I'm disappointed it's not going to happen. Just
Me too.
picturing the what you would have done in that kind of universe would have been fun.
Well,
I would have loved
it
to
was
have seen the art that came out of that.
It wasn't going to be SF or horror. It was going to be in crime and weird historical stuff. So
Even better.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't realize, when I was reading that whole, the Substack, I didn't realize that was what it was pointed towards. But
I shouldn't have mentioned
oh
it
well,
now. That was cat out of the bag stuff.
yeah.
I was being too casual.
Chuck Arnold, who is a big fan of yours, he might be your.
Hey,
Well,
there he is. There
yeah,
he is.
you know
That's
Chuck,
exactly
right?
right. I mean, that issue of Solo was my tribute to EC.
Mhm.
And I'm very proud of that book. I really am. I'm grateful that Chiarello did it, and I'm grateful that Walter talked me into doing it. Of course, Walter talked me into doing. He never did his, but that's just typical. I had a great time doing that stuff. It was fun.
No, I didn't read your issue of Solo then.
Oh well, there'll be a test. And
I'm
speaking
gonna
of potty
fail
mouth,
it.
there'll be a fucking test. Okay, thank you very much.
I'm making notes here for things I have to
I
read
would.
before
I
we do this
would.
again.
So
Solo. Well, if I'd have to say everything that Chuck Arnold has ever steered me toward, I've always been really impressed by. So there's no way I'm not going to enjoy it.
it's a
And
pretty
if
good
you were
book.
involved.
I mean, and the solo hardcover, which collects everybody's books, is pretty
Mhm.
good. There's a lot of good stuff in there. You got Darwin, you got Corbin, you got Jordy Burnett, and some other people who I don't care about. I think, so it's okay.
Everybody's
I agree. Yes,
is totally
I mean,
agreeing.
Trello was such an extraordinary presence at DC. There she goes, waving. Where do you think you're going? Is that a dog bed you got there?
That was her 2 seconds of fame. There we go.
She rejects fame and all. Remember my name. Okay, back to that.
Let's see. It sounds like a list of
That's right.
A-listers on this project.
Oh, it was great. It was great. It really was.
All right. Well, Chuck's going to bring me a copy. Maybe in Heroes, I'll get a copy of it there.
Is Chuck local to you?
No, he's not. No,
Okay.
but he was at OAX in January, and I think typically he goes over to Heroes, so maybe I'll see him in June, or he can mail
Yeah,
me
I'll
a
be at
copy.
Raleigh this year, so I won't be doing Heroes.
You will be?
I'll be at Raleigh,
Oh, very
the
good.
Galaxy Con in Raleigh.
Ah, all right.
Yeah,
Galaxy
my
Con
next
is,
show. I'm doing a show in Lexington, Kentucky next week or the week after, and I'm looking forward to that. So it's my schedule this year is a little bit lighter than it's been, but I've still got shows to go to.
hmm I did see you post about the Lexington show just recently.
Yeah, and I was amazed by the fact that, as I noted after I posted it, that there was no indication in the banner what Lexington it is, or where it is, or when it is. But it's
I was looking for dates. There wasn't anything. It just said Lexington Con or
yeah,
whatever on
there you
it. But you did say next month, so that gave us, that's a 2 to 6 week time
go.
frame.
It's like laying out the breadcrumbs of clues.
Right. It's a scavenger hunt for to find that appearance,
Right.
that rare appearance of Howard Chaykin. So Bradford had a question here for you about Chiarello. Did he ever try to recruit you for Wednesday Comics?
No, he used me as a threat to one of the guys who was doing a feature for it. That if he didn't shape up and start delivering pages, he would replace him with me. I
Did
won't
that
say
light a
who.
fire under their rear end? And
As a matter of fact, it was very funny.
oh man, that's you're being used as a inspiration.
I'm a
in
truncheon,
tr- that's probably a better word, isn't it?
bludgeon, and a truncheon. Sounds like a dance room between Eugene Kelly and Fred Astaire. A bludgeon and a truncheon being on the street.
Mm-hmm. Man. Uh, jeez. So you got Lexington, so you've been to GalaxyCon's kind of making they're making a name for themselves out there with
I
putting on
love
pretty
that show.
good shows.
It's a
Yep.
great show. They're really great guys. The last Galaxy show I did was Columbus. We went and spent the day an evening at the Billy Ireland Museum, which was just an absolutely extraordinary experience. I cannot recommend it enough. It was fantastic. I like the town. It's a good town. And I got to spend time with people I really love. I got to see Cully Hamner and Dave Johnson, who are my heckle and jekyll, because they heckled me and then they jeckled me. There goes one of my dogs. There goes Sadie. Keep walking, Sadie. Keep going.
Yeah, that's the Billy Ireland is pretty special. We went there right after the pandemic when the Marvel exhibit was still in Columbus, so we kind of did a Billy Ireland on Friday and the Marvel exhibit on Saturday. But that was I grew up in Northeast Ohio. I never had been to the museum, and that was my first trip there. It was amazing. They love showing the collection. I don't think they get enough people coming in there asking to see.
The docent led us through the stacks, and she opened a drawer. And I had an involuntary reaction to a piece of artwork. I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" It was the original for the Sunday after the week of Raven Sherman's death in Terry and the Pirates, and it just knocked the shit out of me. And there was some really nice late 19th century stuff, from around the Garfield assassination. Really. And it was just a great show. It was a really, really wonderful visit. And the Larry Ivy exhibition was breathtaking. I knew Larry when I was a kid in New York, and he was the nexus of a lot of relationships. He introduced a lot of people to a lot of other people. I mean, he introduced me to Woody and Gray Morrow and Larry Hama, Ralph Reese. We were kids, and ultimately these are people I've known, my entire life.
Well, I was jealous when I was reading different posts about everybody getting to see that again. I wouldn't mind GalaxyCon. I've never been to a GalaxyCon, but if I went to one, I think Columbus would be the one to go to, because if I could get a Billy Ireland trip in at the same time, that would make it well worth it.
Well, Mike and Peter run a great show. They really do. They from top to bottom, it's a great franchise.
Well, that's good to hear. I've heard that from other creators as well. So
fuck everybody else. I'm the only one.
You're the only one that matters. All right.
rest of those people, they have no idea what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. So we got no EC in the future, but we've got a couple planned projects. That's always
Yes.
good. You're probably
Yes.
working on your next Substack, or do you just crank those out when the mood strikes you, though? Right.
Well, I was working on notes on one, and then Justin Smith Rue did a piece that was so it said everything I wanted to say about about current culture that I posted a link to it instead. He's the one who coined the phrase Philistine pseudo-criticism, and to describe the way people react to the things they don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And when he is on point, as he was in this piece, he destroys. And it sort of obviated anything I had to say, because it said it all in his. All I could do was echo his perspective.
Well, when it's said right, I guess you don't need to respond. I mean, I know that when all that comics broke me stuff was kind of going around and everything, it seemed to light a fire under some people out in the business. But I mean, I don't know. I think everybody's the business hasn't changed that much, so it's like, how can you kind of point to like the current circumstances as being any different than they were when you were getting started, in the early 70s, right? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I've been inside it so long, I don't know what it's like to be outside. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I can't say. The truth is, so much of that mindset came from people who had no real idea of what it was required to do the work, who seemed to feel that the work is a natural function, that there's no real effort or learning required to make the work, and that there's a direct confluence between reading comics and making them. And that confluence exists, but it's hardly direct. Mm-hmm. A lot of it, for my money, comes from so much of the work in the 90s, which was just so shitty, being so aspirational, that so much of the work that was popular in the 1990s and continues to be popular among people who were fans in the 90s, who remain fans, is work that looks like what the audience would do if it could. And that's not qualification. My job is not to pander to the reader, but to challenge the reader, to offer a perspective that reader might not have considered before. And most super comic books are flattering to the audience that lets them off the hook for having such shitty taste.
I get it. I mean, because I've read some of the stuff, not just by you, that were posted out there, but just other people's thoughts, and it did seem a little bit entitled going through it. There was a certain level of expectation.
That English fuck who ginned up the whole problem can go fuck himself.
Yeah.
No names.
No, I know.
You know you are.
Right. Hey, I just saw Goose said, so there is art for sale, you say. Yes, we do have some art for sale today. We have 14 pieces of art for sale. 4 of them are fixed price. They'll be the first 4 that we show. And then we've got 10 pieces that we're going to do as an auction, where the starting price is.
It's a real risk, boys and girls. So be very gentle with the old person.
It is. Yeah. And the pieces that we're doing at auction, the starting price is where we're comfortable as selling it for that. If it ends up being a buy it now at that price, hey, all right. And if not, if a couple of you like one piece over another, you want to bid again.
There's nothing I love more.
Exactly. You like seeing the well, you know who your fans are, when you get to see them.
I don't know who my fans are. I have no idea. I have my audience is cultish and strange, and we share certain perspectives, but I'm so utterly dismissive of anybody else. What I love is the fact that I'm constantly accused of being self-deprecatory for the work I did in the 70s and a monomaniac for everything else, and they're probably both right. I have an ego the size of most of Texas, but I also recognize the fact that I'm a man among men and a worker among workers. So, it's like being the best in comics. It's the world's tallest midget.
Oh man. Yeah, Mike Gasville just said, wow, someone blunt and to the point without any sugarcoating or pussyfooting around. That's you,
It's me.
Howard. And
It's
that's
me.
back to where you said you weren't nice. You're not always nice. You're just
Well,
but
it also means
you.
it means not having to write bullshit down so I can remember it next day.
Mhm.
Um, that's there. There you go. But again, Chuck, you're being so potty mouthed. I was I love it's like when all these right wing misogynist motherfuckers start using the F word to protect women's presence, as if women aren't as vulgar as men in their own sweet way. He said,
Yeah. It says no, hey, I'm not going to argue with you there. And
"You can all you like. I'd still beat your ass."
yeah, I know. I was just happy, I had on my list of questions for you was when that Black Kiss was going to be released, but now I have a June date for that. So
June. Yeah,
yep.
I fucked up the deadline first, and then others fucked it up for me. It was, I just completely fucked it up. I mean, I got lost in loveliness. I was like, what the fuck, But the book is now done. It's been delivered. We're doing right now. What the only work that's left to be done is the final tweaks on the book plate, the tip-in plate. It's a massive book. It's 400 some odd pages. It's all the material plus a new 28-page story plus a shitload of back matter you've never seen. And it's pretty disgusting. I mean, if I had any dignity left over, I'd join a monastery and become a monk.
I was just going to say how excited I am to see it, and then you had to add that it's so disgusting. I don't know if that's.
It is. It's vile. It's
Bill
shameful.
Cox says he's excited to see it. Howard Chaykin says it's very disgusting.
Well, I'm a vanilla guy, but I'm doing, extremely, rocky road work. So that's my story.
Oh, here Chuck wants to know: is the printing on Black Kiss going to be similar to? All right.
Yes. It's obviously black and white, but yes, it'll be in that same format. It was a massive project, and Bill, I'll show you off out of context. I'll show you some of the stuff from the new material if you're interested.
Oh, I'd love to see it after the show, though, right? We're not gonna. Yep. All right. So even Erica says it's the right kind of vile.
Erica, my darling, am I going to see you in 2 weeks or what?
We'll find out. Wayne wants to know: is there going to be a limited edition Black Kiss, or will it just be the one that we're talking about here?
It'll be pretty limited because
it sounds like a limited edition already, but
Right. I mean, it's the last filthy shit I'm going to do because I'm done. What I've got a historical piece coming up. I've got a script that I've been working on for the past couple of years that I'm hoping to be able to get. I mean, it's a massive 132-page book that I'd like to get at least this draft into some kind of shape. If I weren't talking to you today, it's what I'd be working on right now.
Well, you'll be working on it after lunch.
Yeah.
So Erica says she may be there in 2 weeks.
Oh, teasing me. Toying with my once boyish heart. Erica is great dinner company and fun to play with. Because she knows how to treat an old man.
She has good taste in art. I know that.
Well, I have a slew of nieces and nephews worldwide.
Well, let's see. So, Jewish Dragons wanted to know about that, Fargo and where that's at. Is it
done? Last I spoke to Mike. I think we're finished. I mean, it's all in. I mean, I've got a copy of the book, and we're tipping in the plates right now and doing all the other stuff. But yeah, it looks bitchin'. It really does. I'm pretty happy with the way it came together.
Well, I'm looking
I'm
forward to seeing that.
the second volume, which I've written, which will be drawn by Butch Geis, And I'm going to do a 10-page story for it just as an add-on, because why not?
Mm-hmm. Wow. I love Geis. I think Geis is one of those artists that's gotten
Oh,
better and better and
no
better with
shit.
age.
No kidding. He's so
I don't know
good.
how he does it.
I think a lot of it is that he just sort of returned to his old first love, which is newspaper strip stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he and I share a lot of enthusiasms for guys like Alex Kotsky and Lou Fine's work on Peter Scratch and stuff like that. So there you go.
Yeah, he's somebody I'd love to chat. I've actually never met him. Never seen him in a show
I
or
haven't
anything.
I met him when he was a kid.
Huh.
He was a little boy at an Atlanta show. And he was really good. He was incredibly talented for a kid. I've never met him as an adult. We interact on Facebook. He's he was Jackson Geis. Back then he was Butch, And he was like one of these really prodigal kids. He was like in a lot of ways like Dan Jurgens. Jurgens was also really, really good as a kid. Just like, what the fuck? Where did this kid come from? That kind of thing.
Any other so Jurgens and Geis affected you that way, where you saw how talented they were at just getting started? I mean, any other?
I hate these fuckers, because they're how dare you be, get the hell out of here.
They didn't have to. They didn't have to, intern underneath Gil Kane or
Well,
anything.
look, I value that time I spent doing that enormously, because it taught me to do my job. I love being an assistant. It was demeaning but educational, and it humbled me, in a lot of ways, and and a lot of it also is learning as the years went on, just how the experience that I had was echoed by that of the previous generation as well. A lot of those guys, I years ago I did the introduction to one of Dark Horse's collection of the Gleason Biro books, The Crime Does Not Pay stuff. Mm-hmm. The things I took away from it was that it looked like the work of assistants. It looked like the work of the guys who were, doing backgrounds for a second and third tier newspaper strip. And also, I suspect, was a $30 payout to guys who ultimately became journeyman illustrators. And because if you punch a hole into the background of American illustrators from guys who were born between 20 and 30, inevitably, at least one out of every three of them has a comic book job in their background. Because it was a way to make money using your skill set. You weren't very good, money wasn't very good, but money is money when you're a kid. One of the things that has to be borne in mind is that a lot of the guys who did the Golden Age comic stuff were the primary breadwinners of their families, because their incomes had just vanished with the Depression. And when you had a 15-year-old kid turning out 10, 20 pages of comic books a month, even at $5 a page, considering what incomes were in those days, that's the difference between being food on the table and not eating.
Right.
Well, that's just the way it is.
Hard to imagine that, but I know a lot of creators today still feel the same way, right? Even whatever the page rates are, that it's not a living wage, whatever it is. But even back then, it was even more challenging.
I recognize the fact that, as I've said more than once to you, as a matter of fact, that I was never going to be able to survive to be this old if I'd stayed in comics. That's why I moved to California. Yeah, because I moved to California to get into the movie business and ended up in television. Thankfully, television saved my life. So,
well, that's what got you here, and that's why we're happy. There you go. There you go. You're getting accolades in the chat. Collector Guys, Toys and Collectibles said that American Flagg is one of the best series of all time.
I couldn't agree more.
I couldn't either. That was one of my go-tos. There was very few indie books I picked up. I never read Ninja Turtles, for instance, during that era, but American Flagg, I loved it.
I don't get it. No offense. Well, plenty of offense, but not right now.
I'm just talking about stuff during the time. I like the Elementals, so I mean, that kind of similar time period. It is what it is.
Okay.
I don't mind. You don't like everything I like.
Well,
okay. So we might as well talk about the
Let's
art
do
that
it.
we're going to be showing off,
I'm
right?
putting my feet up and letting you make a living. Go, let's get to it.
Exactly. Let's see. Somebody else before oh wow, Howard Chaykin with 3 exclamation points. So it was a pleasure meeting
Yes,
you
there
like
will
a
be more.
hero's time.
Pay attention. Yes, yes, yes.
There you go.
In
Prime,
June.
yeah, yes,
Yeah, I'm supposed to be out in June.
in June. Exactly. There you go. More Black Kiss in June for you, Prime #1 collector. And then Sean, who apparently Jason is not the only one over there on Facebook watching. Sean Clancy is also over there, and he said Howard recreated the cover to Star Wars 1 for me, and he
You did a
loves
fine
it.
job. Thanks, Sean. That's very kind of you to say.
There you go. All right, so let's talk about the art for sale. I'll show the usual slides for everybody, and then we'll get into this thing. And then when we're done, you can get on with your weekend. So let's see here. We got the first slide just talks about the fact that I'm the one who's got all the artwork. It's all sitting right here beside me, and I'm happy to show off any of the pieces. If people want to see a closer image of it, I can pull up something I can zoom into, because this time around, I do have to say, Howard, you really have given us something that we haven't seen before in the prior 5 or 6 shows we've done over the last 4 years. I mean, there's just a lot of detail in all of these pieces, and more than
I had,
we've gotten to see before.
I had some fun.
Well, people will see it when they see it, but I got the art here. If you claim any artworks today, you're going to be emailing me after the show. My email is bill@comicartfans.com. And to claim an artwork you want to buy this today, when it's a piece that's not at auction, you just type claim in the lot number. That's only going to be the first 4 lots, because those are the ones that have a fixed price on them. Lots 5 through 14 are at auction, and the price that will be listed on the slide will be the starting bid. And are all consistent. We'll go over that when we start showing slides. But we expect payment within 48 hours. We prefer payment made by a Zelle or Venmo. If you got to go with PayPal, we do charge a service fee. Those service fees are on the screen: 4% US, 5.5% for international. If you if you're not picking it up from my house, I got to ship it. So domestic shipping is $30, international 65. I ship everything in Masonite, so it arrives safe and sound. And we would be able to get all the artwork shipped easily by Tuesday, Wednesday. So we're ready to go. If we get the payment in, art will get turned around and sent out pronto. One thing I would let everybody know who's on YouTube, which is where I think most people are watching the show, there's a live button directly underneath my name in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. Everybody should click that right now. Or if you're on a desktop browser, feel free to hit refresh, because that'll get you as close to real time as everybody else in the chat. Just makes things easier, because some people could be 5 seconds behind you. That means you've got a better chance than the guy who's straggling behind because their internet connection sucks today. Is that about it? I think I've covered everything, Howard.
God, you put me to sleep. Go, get to it.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to let you, I'm going to write a script, and I'm going to let you read it next time, because you could ad lib your way.
I could just get with it. Get with it.
All right. I know you needed your nap right there in between. All right. So here we go. We're going to do the first 4 lots. Again, these are all just set at fixed prices. We got them right here beside me. These are their, well, we'll just go ahead and show them. We'll talk about them. But let's get the first one shown. Yeah, next. All right. See, Josh is yelling at me like he's Albert Moy. All right. Here we go. Lot number 1, priced to $250. It's a Batman. It's done on 7 by 8.5. And you always kind of have a unique size on some of the smaller pieces, because I know that that's just kind of how you like to work. But now with these pieces, we get a little bit of background. We get the Dark Knight in here, and and we haven't. I think this is a size we even haven't done before. So,
Right.
What prompted you to work on put the extra time in, and then also in on these bust pieces?
I had the time.
You had the time. That's where it all. That's
That,
how it all
that's
works.
from having the time gave me the time to do the time. Yes.
Because you were in between some gigs,
Yeah.
and
Basically.
all right, that's all good. So let me see here. The Batman is our first one, and then the next one. This was going to be kind of this. I've been wanting to show this one off. This is lot 2. It's the Shadow at $250 as well. It's the same size, but on this one you got the sepia tones in it, and that's something that we haven't seen before. And I thought that was great, because it adds like a level of depth that just your tonal work doesn't always show us. This is great.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Reminds me of Toth, says Ilya.
Not in the least, but go on.
You don't like the comparison?
That doesn't look anything like Tough.
Well,
I should be so lucky.
you should be so lucky. All right. Well, everyone says it's number one Marvel fan says it's a great looking shadow. Toth or no Toth. Now these are all done in ink, pencil, and what is the sepia? Is
It's
that,
marker and wash.
it's a marker and wash. All right. Oh, and he's saying that the Batman looked more Toth than the
Yes.
than the shadow.
Yes.
All right, we'll give Ilya that. Thank you, Ilya.
Thank you. Very kind.
And let's see here. What is that? Lot 3 is Superman. There's no Toth here.
No.
Now, but see on this one, it's just fun though. I mean, I'm looking at it now, and there's a little the pencil work gives it a depth that it gives that smug look on Superman. Just the air it needs.
Right.
Yeah, that's what Snork knows Toth. Snork isn't here today, Marcus, though. He does know Toth. And the last piece on these sizes was the Wonder Woman. So let's show off that one too before we take a look at the auction pieces. So Wonder Woman, same size, 7 by 8.5, and it is priced $250 as well, just like the other three. I like the earring on this. Kind of sets the mood. And let's see here. And yeah, that one's a marker and ink wash and very Fleischer inspired. Fisk for Life says, okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I just had a good time doing it. You know, these were just this is what I felt like doing that day, and I did it.
All right. Well, Brian agrees the earring is a nice touch as well. All right. Now, yes, I think that we're going to look at the auction pieces now, Howard.
Okay.
These are the ones that the first set, I think there's 7 of them. And I think these are, I forget the size on them. I think they're 9 by 15 is what we got, or maybe it's 8.5 by 15.
They're 8.5 by 14.
14. Got it. 8.5 by 14.
14
oh, that's
high.
right. Yep, they're double the size of the ones we just looked at.
Right.
All right. So first up, and again, these are going to be at auctions. The starting price on the next 7 is $600. So we can go from there. You don't bid at $1 if you want to place a bid on something. Let's make them measurable figures, right? At least $25 or so would be nice. So let's see here. Where we got lot number 5 is the full figure Batman, and again, just like a little bit of whiteout on this one, but I think that you kind of have always used that for effect, Howard. As you know, there's no tool in the tool chest that you don't mess around with, right? Well, this is you get 2 bat logos on this one instead of just the one on his chest. Sorry, I'm looking at this. I didn't look at this one before. All right, very nice. Any cut bids? This isn't Heritage, Marcus. We don't do cut bids here. But I really. What's that?
What are cut bids?
Oh, cut bids are where you can throw in. You can skip the increment if you want and throw in a different figure. So no, we don't. That's a Heritage Auctions approach to auctioning off artwork, and not one that we do here on the channel. So that is fine. What is that? Sean Clancy says, oh, he's Brian or Bob. Okay. Sean Clancy did a recreation of Suicide Squad and Slime. Everybody's commending you on your recreations, Howard.
Well, while you're commending me, spend some fucking money.
All right. Well, there you go, Bob McCann. The cut bid. Yes, exactly, Brian. It's half the usual bid amount. All right. Let me hide that one from Bob. So that one. We can, and I'm going to let everybody know anything that isn't picked up today will be on CAF after the show today, and listed at the prices that we have them here. So Mike Asbill is finding that humorous. So we got lot 6 here as well. We got the Captain America on 8.5 by 14. $600 is what we'd like to start with if anybody's interested in it. And if you are, just throw your $600 bid in the chat. Otherwise, like the other pieces, if they don't sell today, they're going to go up on CAF. Merrily so. And we have the why is Marcus, what do you want, Marcus? Mask up. Oh, right, exactly. Something that I will not do today, Howard, but the chat appreciates is I have this awful Captain America mask and it doesn't fit.
Thank you, God.
Yeah, people like to see me in it, and it's not one that I
No,
like
no.
to put.
People should stop that right now.
Yes, I'm in total agreement.
Good call.
Yep.
Healthy
All right.
choice.
Exactly. I'm sure you've never had to wear a Captain America mask in your day.
No. I do have Dependaroos on right now, so it's okay.
All right. That's more information than we needed. So
Life is right.
yeah. After the cap, we have a lot 7, which is a flag, and Raoul, and some dancing girls, and a gun. And again, this is on 8.5 by 14. Dependaroos are too funny. Everybody's laughing at that. That's not a stand-up routine, Brian.
I'm sitting down.
Exactly. I think the mask is left. Yeah, no, the mask is not. I'm not wearing the mask for anything of that sort, Marcus. So here we go. We got this. You got the American outline in the back of the wonderful country that we live in. All right. So I don't know what's up with everybody today. We got over 100 people watching, and nobody is getting interested in buying anything. Is there some national holiday today, Howard? On
Look, I obviously pissed enough people up by my potty mouth.
Well, I don't think it's because you're not nice.
Okay.
Howard is Howard is always entertaining. I'm right there. All right, Ilya's waiting to see everything. Okay, that's fine. We wanted to do these as auction pieces, but you're more than welcome to wait to see all the pieces. We didn't show everything in the email I sent out today. Yeah. Let's see. Next up then. Fine. We have a Mandy next. Same size. She's got a bigger gun than Flagg had, right? She always did. And no Raoul on this one, though. Would you have any ideas for it? I don't. You probably don't think about TV and film anymore, right, Howard? As far as like adding. No, that's a no. All right. Lucifer Fernandez says that they love your work, but they can barely afford eggs. I don't know if that's true anymore. Get your own chickens, Lucifer. Yep, exactly. All right. Where are we going to with lot 9? Going to show off the next one here, just to get this because we're past the halfway point now, everybody. We got Red Sonja. We got a beheading. Beheadings are popular on the Comic Art Live channel. Always have been, always will be. And you got a little bit of a battle-worn Red Sonja in this one. Yeah, where is Alberto? Alberto's like Captain, well, he's not just Captain America, as a fan, he's been picking up a lot of Red Sonjas. Alberto must be taking the day off. Mike Asbill, if you needed to make a couple time payments, obviously we would never turn down a sale today. Absolutely not. I've extended time payments for any of the shows that we've done. I don't make it a part of the usual spiel I give to everybody because I figure everybody knows that. But we're always happy to give you, whatever you might need. 30, 60 days. Okay, Michael Lovitz. Thank you, Michael. On lot 7, I might as well remind everybody what lot 7 was because that was the flag. Michael Lovitz knows a good piece of Chaykin art when he sees one. Thank you, Michael. And if nobody bids against Michael, it's going to go at $600. So I guess we should say, since Michael's put that out there, we'll go ahead and just allow anybody. If anybody else is interested, bid now or forever hold your peace. And then, or like Brian said, we can have the ice broken and move on. Tom over on Facebook says everybody seems to be. It's not. I don't think they're in a bad mood today. Maybe they're in a somber mood, but I don't think it's a bad mood. All right. Yep. And Rich is putting a bid on the Batman Lot 5. Okay. Well, at the end of the day, if nobody bids against Rich or Michael in the next minute, I'm just going to say that they get them, and thank you both for breaking the ice on this. Yep. No, Mike, we appreciate that. So, all right. I'm just going to say that since we haven't had anyone else bid on those two pieces, we'll give them to Mr. Cirillo. Oh, nope, there we go. So we got a 625 bid in from Michael Tadlock on the flag. So thank you for that, Michael. Goo, those are words to live by. Bid now or forever lose this piece. So we do have the well, seeing Alex, well, they're bids, Alex, but you're at 600 on the Red Sonja. So we got a 600 on the Red Sonja, we have a 600 on the Batman, and we have a 625 on the flag. Even though I can't show all of these at one time, I'm just throwing it out there so everybody is aware. If anybody wants to throw any other bids on those three, and I don't mind showing them off. The Batman is the one that Rich Cirillo has the bid on. The Red Sonja, which was lot 9, is over there with Alex. And Michael Lovitz has raised his bid on lot 7 to 650. Thank you, Mr. Lovitz, for that. Michael was at OAX in January. We didn't get to talk too much, but I got to see some of the art on his back. Well, he was one of the only people I got to talk to on the floor and look at artwork. Then Michael Tadlock has raised the bid on the flag to 675. And again, we got a $600 bid on the Sonja and the Batmans as well. Red Sonja's lot 9, Batman was lot 5. We're going with the odd numbers today on the bids. So Michael Tadlock, you're in the lead there. Mr. Lovitz, let us know if you want to throw another bid on it or forever lose the piece, as Goo mentioned earlier. Again, I'll just do one. I think I'm rooting for James. Well, when both gentlemen are named Michael, you can root for both of them just as well. And Mr. Lovitz puts it up to $700. All right, I'm going to call the Batman though for Rich Cirillo since I have not seen anyone else bid on lot 5. So I will go ahead and just show that one to remind everybody. That one right there is going for $600 to Rich. Thank you, Rich. And I saw Erica threw another bid in on the Red Sonja. Thank you, Erica, at 625. Highlight that one again so everybody can see that one. And Michael's at 700, and the other Michael has dropped out on lot 7. So unless anybody else wants it, Michael Lovitz picks up lot 7 for $700. There we go. And I think we'll call it. And Erica Vale, give everybody another 10 seconds. Nobody bids on lot 9, Red Sonja. Oh, Rich Cirillo is, okay, Alex Evans is going 675 on the Red Sonja. Thank you, Alex. Rich Cirillo, you're raising your bid you're bidding against yourself on the Batman? Is that what I just saw? You want to, that I don't know, but we'll try to clarify that with you afterwards. Rich was at OAX too. A lot of people in the chat were there. These things can be a little confounding sometimes, can't they, Howard?
I confound easily though.
Yeah, well, so do I. Yeah, I usually have a spotter when people are, just so I don't lose my place. But I don't think Rich is bidding against anybody. That's what. At the moment, Rich, we were bidding on different ones because everybody kind of threw them in without bidding when I was showing the image on screen. So that was a bit of the conundrum here. No, I'm not trying to be confusing. Everybody was being confusing. At any rate, you're safe at 600, Rich. You don't need to bid 750 on your piece. You're good. And again, Alex, if no one bids against Alex, we're giving the Red Sonja a 10 seconds here. It will go for 750 to Alex Evans. And then everybody, please, when the slide is on the screen, that's the time to bid. And click the live button. Maybe some people are a little delayed and you're seeing these a little bit later. That could be the problem, but maybe the internet's not great in everybody's areas today. But clicking the live button, lower left-hand corner on YouTube, We'll get you up to speed. All right, Alex Evans is getting the red Sonia for $675. Thank you, Alex Evans. No problem arriving late, Michael. It's all good, all good. We hide that. All right, we'll switch over to lot number 10. This one was, well, a few people thought this was, when I showed these the other day, a few people thought this one was kind of the coolest composition, finished piece in the bunch. The shadow. I know you've drawn the shadow quite a few times, whether it's at shows or for fun and all that, but I thought this one was spot on. I mean, the composition's great. Just the highlights on the face and the tie and the guns. I mean, I thought this one was fantastic. And so Josh Flanders also says he's in on it at 600. Thank you. Joe K, we already got the okay. Erica Vale has raised this one to 650. Thank you, Erica. Joe K, you were already outbid because Josh Flanders had put his 600 in there. All right, Mr. Red Jack is at $700 on the shadow. Thank you, Brian. We always appreciate that. But yeah, when I did my live stream and I showed these to some people in a meeting I was having, everybody picked the shadow as like their favorite. Just everything about it. You got the composition down wonderfully. The shadow's nose. Yeah, well, that's right. 750 on the shadow from Josh Flanders. I think Josh has a few of your pieces. He's a big Matt Wagner fan too. I know he's picked up, he's got a few pieces in his collection of shadow work. So thank you for that bid, Josh. So I'm just eyeballing this. 800 on the shadow. Okay, keep it going. Erica Vale also bid 800, just a little bit, and so did Joe. A little bit. Mr. Red Jack did get the $800 bid in first, so thank you. I actually have the auction hammer in here from OAX. I should bring this into the office and use it. But Mr. Red Jack is is our number one $800 bidder right now. If Erica or Joe want to throw in another bid, please do so, or we'll have to consider closing this one in about 10 or 15 seconds. So I wish, one of these days I'll get real sophisticated around here, Howard, and I'll have a clock, a timer.
I have no hope in that regard.
Yeah, I'm probably wishful thinking on my part, but you know what? We actually just brought in a producer for the whole overall channel, so we might be able to upgrade a few things like that. That would probably add a little bit of sense of urgency sometimes to folks in the chat when we're doing auctions. But Josh Flanders is at 850 right now for that one. Thank you, Josh. And again, I'll just say the same thing. 10-15 seconds. We don't get another bid. This one will go to Josh, and it will be going to a good home. Look at number one Marvel fans cheering Josh on in the chat. Just do it, Josh. He did. All right. I'm going to just give it a 5 count in my head, and we're done. And we'll move on to lot number 11. So Josh Flanders, we're giving this one to you at 850. Thank you very much. Yours, Josh. Yes, Brian has backed out. Okay, so next up, lot 11. We only got 4 more to go. And this is the Darth Vader. So we've got, again, starting bid at $600 on this one. Same size, 8.5 by 14. You get the Death Star on this one. Yeah, if you were looking for a Darth Vader from Howard, this is a good one. This one's okay. Marcus is all right. We had 600 to start it from Earthquake, but then we had a 660 for Marcus, and then we had a $700 bid from Michael Tadlock and S. Coleman. The oh, you got a 700. Well, that's this lot. See, S. Coleman, I think you're behind on the stream because we're on lot 11 now. Lot 7 has actually already sold to Mr. Lovitz for 7 a while back there. So what we got here? Earthquake is at 750 for the Darth Vader. Thank you, Earthquake, and everybody else who's thrown in a bid so far. Let's see who's on for. Yeah, I get you, Goop. I get you, Goop. Yeah, adding in the I get it. Yep, that makes sense. So Matt Ballmer, nice to have you in the chat. We've got the Darth Vader up to $800. Thank you for that. And yeah, it's I can get why it can get confusing in the chat sometimes doing these. But remember, everybody, clicking the live button keeps everybody as close to real time as possible, so you can see the stream as we see it. So Matt Bulmer, thank you. You're at the #1 spot at the moment at $800. Right here, that one. Okay. So you've done a few Star Wars sketches for us before, commission style pieces, but
Yes.
for me, this one was just having the added background with the Death Star, because most of the other pieces you kind of just gave it a graphic element behind it, but this
Right.
one we get a little 3D, a little bit more character to it.
Well, I put, I committed to trying something different, going back to an approach that I used in the 70s and 80s. I did a lot of work in the 70s and 80s with gray tone, and I had an opportunity to do so, and I took it. I mean, the previous ones didn't offer me that time frame. This had that time frame, so I was able to jump in and play with those techniques.
All right. Well, if I don't get another bid in 10 seconds, we'll give it to Matt Bulmer at $800. And of course, we will go through everything that hasn't sold and reoffer them as auctions, or could they be buying nows if nobody bids against you? Absolutely. Rich Cirillo got his piece at $600, so that was a straight buy it now because nobody wanted to bid against him. But we're going to give this one to Matt Bulmer. Thank you very much, Matt. $800 for the Darth Vader.
Thank you, Matt.
All right, so we got 3 more to go, and these 3 are all 11 by 17. And let's see, we're going to start off with the Magic. So 11 by 17 on this one. The bids on these, we want to start on these 3. We'll start at $800. Again, these are 11 by 17. When you're at shows, Howard, do you ever do anything on 11 by 17?
No. When I'm at shows, I do nothing but a parlor trick.
Now, that I don't think is true, but
it's true. No, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to work that hard when I'm in public. That's insane.
No. Well, this is when I saw this one, I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, it's I didn't expect to get 11 by 17 pieces from you, number one, and seeing an X-Men related character is always fun. I mean, we've gotten a few Wolverines from you in the past, but Magic was a new one for me. Yep, you're welcome, Matthew Bulmer. And let me see here. Howard entertains with some nice singing at convention, says Rich Cirillo.
Yes, he does.
Somebody said earlier that they wouldn't leave happy if you didn't regale everybody with some kind of song before everything was done.
Well, I like to end my panels when I do shows with a song, either Big Bad Bill of Sweet William Now, or I could write a book, and I have a good time with that.
All right.
We had a long conversation among us, and I decided to do some X-Men related stuff here, just to find something different to do that wasn't the same old stuff. So I'm hoping that this will carry some weight.
Yeah. No, if it doesn't, we'll get them up on CAF after the show. But so we don't have any bids on this one. I'm actually getting pointers from our buddy Jim. He's texting me, and they're always good pointers. So he said, let's just show the next couple, and then we can go back and recap. So we got lot 13. Only 2 more to look at. Savage Land Rogue, done on 11 by 17, and we got $800 on this one for anybody who's interested as a starting bid. If you want to put your bid on it, feel free. And I think, well, the next one's an X-related character too, but Savage Land Rogue. We have I think when everybody saw this one, they were just surprised to see it. I don't know how often you've drawn a Savage Land Rogue before.
Never.
This is a first. This is a first, and probably you won't see it again unless.
Probably likely. That seems fair.
Marcus, you feel it should be variant work for Marvel. I thought I saw you had some credits recently with some variant work or something out there, or am I mistaken? That might have gone. Yeah,
I don't know.
Huh. I thought I saw something related to like Iron Fist or something.
I haven't worked at Marvel or DC in many years.
Yeah. Maybe they recycled something. I'll have to go back and look.
I've aged out, though,
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and show lot 14, and as that is the last piece in the set that we're offering today. So Again, $800 bid on this one, 11 by 17, Psylocke. Again, I would just have to assume that this is a character that you haven't drawn too often,
Never
but
drew it before in my life. Never.
all right. And Ilya wasn't lying. Ilya is claiming lot 2. Ilya had mentioned they were going to wait till they saw everything that was going to be out there. All right. So thank you, Ilya, for that. And yeah, that was okay. That was the shadow piece, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll set that one aside. Thank you, Ilya. And nice action pose. That's right, Brian. So yeah, this is and it is an awesome one, and one I think that a lot of people were again surprised to see and happy to see. But okay, we're not getting any immediate bids on this one, so I'm going to do this as a recap now for everybody, and then again, it's what did Goose say? Yes, I'm going to show them all over, again right now, Bradford, and you'll get to see the I think 9 pieces that are still available. So we can jump back to all right. Well, Rich Cirillo, well, let's wait till we get to it, Rich. But I get you. We want 600 on it. If nobody bids against you, it's yours at 600. But we're going to go back and look at the lot number 1, which was the Batman. This one's still available. It's on 7 by 8.5, and it's priced at $250. So that one is out there. And the lot 2 is a reminder, just so you know, this is the one that Ilya picked up. That was the shadow piece. Thank you, Ilya, for doing that. We appreciate it. Erica Vale is picking up the Wonder Woman, which I'll show in a second, but thank you. That was a fixed price lot as well. So let me switch over here, get to the Superman. And this was lot 3, priced at $250. So there you have it. Bradford, wanted to see that one again. And I'll have a bigger scan up on CAF if it doesn't sell during the show. You'll be able to see it there as well. You have a no guns rule on your artwork, Josh? Okay. Everybody's got to have rules with their art collections. So, but yeah, you're right. If you had that, you wouldn't be able to pick any shadow artwork. So Bradford's picked up lot 3. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Brad.
Very good. And now I can show lot 6 as a reminder to everybody. Rich has already said that he's in at 600. If no one else is going to bid against him, it's his. So if we don't get one in the next, we'll say 15 seconds here, we'll happily give Rich his second piece of the day. He got lot 5 already, which was the Batman image. Now, Cap, you've drawn a few times, and I'm certain that you've been asked to draw a Cap before. So
I have.
All right, we're giving this one to Mr. Cirillo. Thank you, Rich. So
Thank you, Rich.
It leaves us with only 4 pieces to look at then. We've got lot number 8, which is the next one. That was the Mandy at $600. It's at auction, but if we only get one person offering the $600, it's a buy it now at $600 on 8.5 by 14. I mean, and heck, it's literally, there's 5 figures on that piece, right? I mean, it's
calm down. Calm down. Just calm down.
All right. Wayne, you are a gentleman. You've bought several pieces from Howard over the years that we've done. It's always a pleasure. So thank you for that. So Wayne is in at $600. If anybody would like to raise the bid, you can, or Wayne adds another Chaykin masterpiece to his collection.
Again, calm down.
All right. And just so everybody knows, I've done this a few times for people. I do it for Wayne because he's outside of the US. I've delivered art to Wayne. The last time I saw him at Heroes, I think he had picked up like 5 of your pieces, Howard, and I delivered them all to him there.
Jesus.
And I will be at Heroes this year. All right. Well, we're not getting any bids against Wayne here. So Wayne, congratulations. We're going to go ahead and call this one for you as well. Thank you very much. Now, so the only 3 pieces left are the 11 by 17s. And the first one that we had was the Magic. Again, cover quality. I mean, Howard didn't say that, but when I saw these, I was like, these are really nice. And it's not something that you're going to get to see too often from you, because usually you don't have downtime, Howard.
That's quite true.
Yep. Yes, and Wayne's got no issues with gun art. He has a lot of art with guns in it. All right, we have Wayne But you're on lot 11. That's the one that actually already sold, Wayne. Lot 11 was unless you meant lot 12 right now. Lot 11 was the Darth Vader, and that one is gone. We're showing lot 12 right now. That is the Magic at $800. So maybe clarify that you meant this piece or not. Oh, there we go. All right. Clarification received. So if
Thank you, Wayne.
yes, thank you very much. And if anybody else wants to raise that bid, please do. Otherwise, we will have to give it to Wayne at $800, which I think is a steal for this piece. Again, you're not going to get another one. The only time drawn by Mr. Chaykin.
I can guarantee that with that absolutely no fear of contradiction.
Exactly. Yeah. Where is Jason D'Ambrosio? He's a Magic fan, but he was over on Facebook earlier. You are right, Koo. Yes, we haven't seen him since then. But all right, I'll just say 10 seconds. It's going to Wayne. And again, Wayne, you always make these pieces a good home, just like Erica and everybody else in the chat. So
Thanks, Wayne.
all right, you get it. Two more. We got the last two lots, 13 and 14. So we'll look at 13 next. Savage Land Rogue. And again, 11 by 17 on this one. Nice sepia tone work on it. And very clean. Very, very clean. And one of the things I noticed, Howard, because I know, like you know, on some of the pieces in the past, I mean, you'll use a lot of whiteout for effect, and sometimes you'll use mixed media in ways that were kind of unexpected. But these pieces just seemed all straight, the medium on the page, which was it was clearly when you have time to work, it just shows. This is nice. Very, very nice. And I wasn't watching the chat because I was looking at the art over here. All right, so this is $800. If we don't get any bids, it will go up onto my CAF gallery right after the show and get pushed out to the thousands of premium members who are anxiously awaiting a keyword alert from me today. Jason needs to protest. Well, he can't protest if he's not here. All right, so this one is still available, and then the last piece is the Psylocke. Oh, and Wayne wasn't waiting for me to show the Psylocke. I'm presuming you got that you meant 14 on this, Wayne, but I assume so. This one just again the way you handled the sepia tone and then the lighting on this one, aces. So if anybody would like to compete against Wayne on this one, please do so in the chat or forever lose the piece, as Goo mentioned earlier. Yeah. We need some, maybe this is where, a song in the background could kind of like keep, get us through the final here. There is no, yeah, that is true for some of us, Tom. All right. If no one's no one's throwing another bid in here against Wayne, we're going to go ahead and give him lot 14 at $800.
Thank you, Wayne.
Yep.
All right.
Very good. All right. There we have it. The only piece that didn't sell, everybody, just remember, let me hide the comment here so I can show it one last time, is lot 13, the Savage Land Rogue. That one's going to go up on CAF, priced at $800. Anybody that wants to pick it up, you'll be able to email me through the website. So I think everybody from here has bought from us before, but a reminder, you're going to email me, bill@comicartfans.com. And when you do it, mention the lot numbers. It's best to throw your mailing address in it when you do that, just to kind of help me have it on file before things go south. And yeah, that's what we're looking for. So Howard, why no Black Bolt? Says Scott Anderson. Have you ever drawn? Well, wait a minute, you've drawn. You've done Black Bolt. Yeah, it's not a.
Maybe I was asked to do it at a why no Black Bolt? Why no? Why no Johnny Thunder? Why no Pants on My Head? Who the hell knows?
I don't know. Well, maybe Scott Anderson was hoping for a Black Bolt.
Sorry, Scott. We'll discuss. I'm having lunch with Scott on Monday. We will have some issues with him. Happy birthday, true. Scott.
And Ilya, thank you for the reminder. I thought I had actually scribbled something in the line for lot 1. Lot 1 is still available.
What's
Yeah.
that?
No, well, Ilya said who won lot one, and I just looked down at my notes, and I'd scribbled in lot one, but no one did claim lot one. That is true. Lot one is still available. That was the Batman. So my apologies. I had a misfire with my pen here. So that one is still available, and I just saw that where was it? That Wayne said that he would happily take the lot 13 at $800. So
Wow.
if that's the case, thank you, Wayne.
Disposable income.
Yes, if only we all were in that position. But Ilya, thank you for pointing that out. So lot one is still available. So if this is now the last final piece of the show that we have available, is this one. Panic, says Matt Tutulio. Matt Tutulio.
Tell Scott it's Black Bolt.
Yeah, this is well, and Matt Tutulio, who's in the chat, he's a big Black Bolt fanatic as well. Probably one of the biggest Black Bolt collections out there. But yeah. So this is the only one available. Going up on CAF. If nobody picks it today, it will be there. Bat Bolt, says Rich. Okay. Hey. First shall be the last. All right. That's Wayne. We are so happy about that. I know that
thank you all, particularly Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne. We know Wayne's had he's had a tough go of it for the last couple of years, but it was great seeing him at OAX. He had to miss the first year because of other those issues that he's mentioned in there, but he's still out there buying art, and he has one of my favorite galleries on CAF. So there you go. We got one lot to go. So Howard, you want to sing a song, or do you want to?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
I am ready.
Okay. In the town of Louisville, they got a man they call Big Bad Bill. I want to tell you, he sure was tough, and he certainly did strut his stuff. He had folks all scared to death. When they walked by, they held their breath. He was a fighting man, sure enough. Now Bill's took himself a wife, and he leads a different life. 'Cause Big Bad Bill is Sweet William now. Married life has changed him somehow. He's the man that they all used to fear. Now the people call him Sweet Papa Willie dear. Stronger than Samson, I declare, till the brown-skinned mama bobbed his hair. Big Bad Bill don't fight anymore. Well, he washes dishes and he mops up the floor. Well, he used to spend his evenings looking for a fight. Now he's got to see his mama every night. Big Bad Bill is Sweet William now. Thank you very much.
We need the audience needs to cheer. That was fantastic, Howard.
The dulcet tones, indeed.
Yeah.
They're dulcet.
And guess what? I don't have any work to do after the show because where was it? Wayne has picked up lot one as well.
Jesus Christ, Wayne, you got to watch yourself.
Hey,
there is a future.
There we go. Everybody's giving you a standing ovation.
Thank you all. I'm most grateful.
That was fantastic. Bravo, says Brian.
All right.
Well, Howard, we did it. We got all the artwork is sold.
I'm very grateful. Thanks. It worked out great.
We appreciate
I mean, I can now have my lie down meditative nap in good faith and good form.
You can go hang out in the sauna for
I had a massive 275-degree schwitz this morning before I saw you.
Is that how you start your day?
Oh yeah, yeah. Every Saturday. Well, I do it 2 or 3 days a week. Certainly every Saturday morning, for sure, all the time. I get in there. I do 15 to 20 minutes at 275.
Well,
yeah,
I'm envious. I don't have one.
My pores are open for business. Let me tell you. Yeah.
All right, Brian. Brian's trying to be a stand-up here at the end, saying Howard Chaykin's a sellout in a good way. And Josh, I don't know how you know his skin is so soft and smooth, but
it is.
You can just see
look,
it there.
I have boy hands. Boy hands. Look at that. I just got a message from Scott. He made me laugh very hard. That's very sad. I am really. Today is Scott's birthday.
It really is.
It really is his birthday, and I really having lunch with Scott on Monday. You know, so I'm looking forward to seeing him. All right.
Well, Howard, it was no fun having to wait like 15 months to do one of these with you, but it all worked out. It's I always have a good time. You always keep
I
me on
am.
my
I
toes.
am, after all, the Archbishop of Fun.
Yeah, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You've earned it. So, well, good luck in Lexington and in a couple of
Lexington,
weeks.
wherever Lexington may be,
Exactly,
whichever Lexington they're talking about. All right.
and we'll see
I
you.
love this. It'll be nice to run into you in face to face sometime soon. It'd be good to see you.
Yeah, well, if you're going to be at Heroes, I'll see you there.
No, I'm not. I'm making
Oh, you're
Raleigh. I
not at
can't.
all doing the Heroes. I'm sorry. That's right.
I'm not Heroes
Uh,
this year. That was my
okay.
first Heroes in 19 years. I hadn't been there in that long.
Oh,
And the last time I was there, I spent most of the weekend cock blocking Erwin Hazen.
that's not an easy thing to do because I heard
Oh, no.
he kind of his cock
It
rambled.
was like a horny schmoo.
Uh-huh. Well, yes. Well, we've been getting into. I've heard stories. Somebody wanted to do a documentary about him, but at the end of the day, I think that that might not be probably what the Hazen family would have out there known publicly about his
It's
promiscuity.
possible. It's
Yep.
possible.
Yeah.
But I had a great
Well,
time.
good.
Well,
Well, I'll tell you, I have a feeling we'll be
Really,
talking though. There's lots of stuff going on
really,
around here, and
Charlotte has some of the
changed.
best restaurants ever. I ate really well there.
Honestly, they've got. I mean, where their show is located, it's one of the best downtown locations for a show in the country. Just great.
If you're going there this year,
Mhm.
if you haven't been, you want to go to Haberdash.
Haberdash. All right. I've not heard
Trust
of
me,
that one.
it's great.
Okay.
It's modern. It's very, very slick, very clean, very casual. It does Southern food done in a really wonderful way. Their fried chicken was fantastic. Great ribs, terrific desserts. It was just really. I ate there twice in 3 days. It was that good.
It was that good.
Really.
You didn't
Oh,
need
it
to
was
go
good.
anywhere else. All right. I'm making a note of it. We're going to go to Haberdash.
We'll take it, trust me.
All right, everybody. Listen, I'm going to get a sneak peek at some Black Kiss artwork here in the green room after the show. We appreciate your patronage throughout this thing, and for those of you who claimed, please email me after the show, and I'll go ahead and arrange payment with you guys, and we'll get the art shipped right away. And unless I'm hand delivering it to Wayne at a show in the future. But Howard, thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Thank you all. Have a great day.
All right, everybody.